truly believe that the emotional oils are some of the most underused oils in all of Young Living. And as an aromatherapist myself, I love to give training on the use of emotional oils, and especially the Infused 7 kit, because we didn't have a very strong protocol for how to use these things. And so what I want you guys to do is, once your Oola wheels are filled out, you look at that weak spot in your life. You look at that weak spoke in your life, and that's the area that you're gonna be paying the most attention to. When you leave this class, you're either gonna get a printout that you can take home and use to hold yourself accountable for using oils, or you can go home and just go to oolalife.com/game plan or oilabilityteam.com/Oola, and you'll see the printables. They're for free right up on the website, because we're committed to coming alongside you and getting you oiling with intent and purpose every single day. Gary used to say that the best way to use oils is to saturate the cell. So you need to make sure that you're putting oils on your body every single day. And we're gonna tell you how we use oils, but first I wanted Dave and Troy to explain how Gary Young found them.
I think the most amazing thing, just listening to you talk about that, one of the most amazing things is that everyone's trying to seek Oola. You're trying to find balance in these 7 key areas. And what we didn't see is what Gary saw. Gary saw a tie-in. So Gary got a hold of an Oola book. Someone gave it to him as a gift. And Mary, his wife, read it to him on a road trip up to their farm in Idaho. And he called us and he said, hey, I want to meet the Oola guys, and I want to create a protocol as people are trying to find balance in these 7 key areas of life. I want to help them with tying in the essential oils to support that system of change, creating change in your life. So we're just honored that he contacted us. He saw the vision of tying in Oola Balance, Oola Grow, and the 7 essential oil, the Infused kit, into balancing and growing your life.
In his vision, which was something we see now clearly, and with this book and this program, it all comes together. But it was a multi-sensory experience. It was like how personal change is difficult. You have something in your life you know you can do better. I have something, you have something. We all know that if we're designed by God for greatness, that we have to dig in and pull out what we're capable of. And we've all said, hey, on Monday I'm going to change this habit or start this habit or break this or do this, and we don't. And what Gary saw is, let's make this instead of just putting it down on a piece of paper, which is effective to write down a goal, instead of just using the essential oil, which is effective for emotional support, we're saying, hey, what if we put all of these things together? And I'm just going to share with you, like through Gary's wisdom, how I do it personally. I have my 7 goals written for this year, and I read them every night before I go to bed. And then I write down some action steps, at least 3 every day, that I'm going to take towards some of the big goals, because life's busy. And then when I wake up in the morning, I look at that goal and I put on an affirmation band and I put on the corresponding oil. Everything's color coded. It's multi-sensory. I smell the oil, I look at the goal that I want for my life, and I take action toward it every day. It's that simple. So if fitness is weighing me down, or I'm having a relationship issue, I'll grab the family oil that day. I want to live in intent. And the aroma, the sight of it, the color of it, looking at the goal that I've declared in my life, and tying all this together was Gary's vision. It was called the Blue Ocean Experience. For the first time, let's take a book, a concept that by itself is successful, and let's take oils that by themselves are valuable, and let's merge these to make positive change.
My favorite out of the kit is Oola Family, the Infused 7 kit, and I love what Troy said. You've got to evaluate constantly where you're at. And you do that by having an honest self-examination and answering the questions in the Oola book that you just got, and taking a good look and plotting that out on the Oola wheel and knowing where your weaknesses are, knowing what areas of your life you need to be paying attention to. And the neat thing is, it's kind of a no-brainer. If the spoke on the wheel is family, you go grab the family oil, right? You don't have to be an aromatherapist to know how to use it. You just got to get oils on your body. Right? Get them on topically, get them in your diffuser, make sure that you're oiling with purpose and intent. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see, is that we want change, but then we don't actually take the action steps to make it happen. And the action step with this class would be to get oil on your body, write out where your weaknesses are and then oil up.
One of the amazing things for me is what I've learned from Gary, and to see his vision in that. And the second thing is a 3rd grader in Wisconsin who said Oola's like a snowflake or a fingerprint. We're all different. So when you are looking at your wheel looks different than my wheel, different than Sarah's wheel, different than Troy's wheel. It looks different than everybody at your table right now. Everybody's wheel looks a little different. What you're going through is very personal to you, and what these oils are for you is a way to get very personal with that. So my challenge to you in this class is to, once you know where you're low, where you're weak, and you start to identify the areas you want to start working on, exactly what Sarah said. Start putting these oils on your body, start writing down your goals, and start taking action towards a better life, towards what we call the Oola life.
his vision films.